I'm going to show you how to fix your washing machine that's presenting a 5C error. And a 5C error relates to the washing machine not being able to drain properly. Now, if your model looks different to this one, don't worry. These principles are going to apply to most Samsung front load washing machines. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our coin trap or filter, which is on the bottom left-hand corner. If you've never cleaned it before, it's probably the reason why you're getting this fault. Now it's down there at the bottom. To open it, you usually just push this and then it comes out. For other ones, you got to use a flat screwdriver and just flip that open. Once you've removed that, you can just take it off, or you don't need to. And then you're going to put a towel here, because once we open this, some water's going to come out. So you want to put a towel underneath. If you don't want a big splash, you can flip this open, and then you put a little dish here, and then that will drain all the water out. So this is an emergency water release. But the big one is this one. Spin it anti-clockwise, and it's gonna come out, and a bit of water is gonna come out. Usually it's more than that if it's giving you that error. And you want to have a look inside there to make sure that nothing is stuck inside there. That's where stuff usually gets stuck in there. And your pump is on the left and on the right at right angles. You're going to check to make sure there's no debris or anything in there. If there's something stuck in there, then it's going to cause that 5C error. If that's not the issue, if it's all clear down there, next thing you want to check is your drain. So we go to the back of your washing machine, close that up, and don't put the cap yet. But we're going to go to the back of the washer. You want to grab your drain hose from the back of your washing machine, and we're going to check to make sure that if we blow in it, it's going to allow us to blow through air through it. That way we can make sure that it's not blocked. So I know it's gross, but it's going to save you some money. That's all right. That doesn't feel like there's any obstructions there. Air is coming in there clearly. But if you do find that there's an obstruction, then it means that we'll have to fix that issue. Get to the pump and the pipes. Make sure there's nothing obstructing the pipes, and possibly we'll need to change the pump if it's weak, it's too weak to pump out the water. Now, usually to change the pump, you'd need to quote the model number. So the model number is usually on the energy sticker there. There'll be a model number there, model WF something, 1616N. And usually there's also a model number there's a sticker inside the washing machine. They'll give you the model number there. And then you can just quote that, ring up Samsung and say you need the water pump for your washing machine. Or you can go on eBay and you'll get a replacement pump as well. You need to grab your Phillips head screwdriver, and we're going to undo this cover. There'll be one screw there, and this just pulls out. And then you want to disconnect these. That's just the switch. So you can just pull it out, squeeze it and pull it out. It comes out. And then press like that. So we're going to take this out. To take it out, there's tabs on the left and on the right, which you'll use your flat screwdriver. So one side out, like that. And then just pull this out, it comes out like that. There's two screws that you have to undo. One is on the left and the other one's on the right. So we'll start with this one on the left. The one on the right might be a bit tricky to get to. That one, you might need a short screwdriver to get in there. Or if you've got a long one, you can sort of angle it and then take it out. Once you've done that, you're gonna grab yourself a trolley. If you've got a trolley that it's sturdy enough, you can put it on the soap drawer side on here like this. But if you don't have one, you can grab yourself some towels and lay them on the soap drawer side just there, because we're gonna lay this washer on its side so that we can access the pump. If you've got a second person, they can help you to tilt it. But I'm on my own and I've got my sturdy trolley. And I'm gonna lay it down like that. And that's it. It's down. So now I've got good access. I can access the pump. At the bottom of the washer, there will be this opening here, which we're gonna use to access our pump. If yours doesn't have an opening, you might have to access it from the front. You have to take off the front cover, which is on a whole another separate video, but most of them have this opening at the bottom. At the bottom, you'll find this tab here, which you'll then use to pull the whole pump assembly back. So if you pull it back, you can see, you can hear in there, it's loose now. It can go flap about. We're gonna need to just disconnect these pipes. So first you start with this drain one. So that's your main drain from the tub. And you're gonna have a look in there, make sure nothing's stuck in there. Usually stuff gets stuck in this pipe, but that's all clear. And then we're gonna disconnect the recirculating pumps pipe, which is this one. It's pretty easy to remember where everything goes. If you want, you can take a picture so that you don't forget. And then you've got your other recirculating pump hose there. And then some of this wiring, you might just need to remove it from the clamps so that you got better access. You can see this one. Take that wiring. So you can see like that. And you can undo this drain hose. So you can see this drain hose. That's your main, that's the one that goes outside. So you want to disconnect that and check that as well. And just check in there. Make sure nothing's stuck in there. And this whole assembly can now come out. The only thing that's obstructing you from really pulling it out is this wiring that's attached to the drain pumps. So these are just held in place by clips, which you undo. And the terminals, these don't have any polarity to them, so you can just undo them. All right, cool. So it's mostly out. You can see that. And just undo the other one. So you got two pumps. One is for recirculating the water, and one's for your main drain. So you got to figure out which one is for the main drain, and it's pretty easy to tell. So the main drain is this one on here, this side, because the drain hose goes here. So it circulates and all the water goes out this way. The one on this side, that's your recirculating and recirculates the water. It's usually a good idea to change both, because down the line it might cause some problems if it starts acting up. So better off to change both of them. To change it, there's 3 screws that hold it. 1, 2, 3. You just undo those. With those out, now you can just pull out the pump, and you can just feel this. If there's not much resistance, so this one has a time when it has resistance, and then the other times are really loose. That means that it's faulty. So it'll be making a weird noise when it's running. It's supposed to be just a constant noise. And I can feel that this one's a bit soft, on the soft side. So I'm going to replace that. And when you replace it, you got to make sure that you clean out all this gunk, because there's a rubber seal that sits there. If that's not clean, this thing will leak, and then you need to do this process over again and get it right. So just grab a cloth or rag and clean that out. Now, if you've got some grease lying around in the house, you want to apply some grease to this rubber seal on your new pump so that the seal just slides in there nicely. Otherwise, you run the risk of that new seal flipping or getting out of position, and then you'll start leaking. So you just want to lube that, and any grease will do, and that will help it to sit in there properly. You don't need to put much, and don't get too worried about putting it on this side, it'll just get washed out. To install it, same as it came out, and just push it in like that. These pumps don't cost much, probably about 40 to 50 bucks or less, it's depending where you get it. There you go. And there. We're going to really install our pumps. I'm going to install the pump assembly, the wiring. So the longest one goes to the drain one. So usually the blue and purple one. So make sure you don't mix up the recirculating and the drain one. Otherwise it'll be recirculating when it's meant to be draining, and draining when it's meant to be recirculating. So make sure you don't mess those up, and make sure all the terminals just go in there nicely. Yeah. With some of these new ones, you won't be able to get the exact Samsung spec that they, well, not spec, but the ones they get from Samsung. You might get universal pumps which don't have all these covers. Don't worry about these covers. And what you want to do is you want to just properly route your wiring so that it's not in the way of any screws. So the best way to do it is first install it in the bracket where it sits, and then you can just start plugging everything back in. That way everything is in place. So I'll start with the big drain hose. And some of these you might just need some pliers, but if your fingers are strong enough, you can do it by hand. And main drain from the tub. Make sure it's all the way in. You hate to do this job twice. It's not that hard, but just do it right, do it once. And you got your recirculating. The good thing about these as well is they're different sizes, so there's no way for you to like put the wrong pipe in the wrong spot. And they're also different sizes, different lengths. So nothing will stretch out too far. And then you got this one here. Like that. And then that's it. Just double check, make sure everything's reconnected nicely. And then you'll be ready to start washing. That, just put back all the screws. Remember to weave through the emergency drain hose. That should be coming through here. If you have any questions or get stuck, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next repair and happy washing.